Ooh, she's so pretty. What up, everybody? We're out here. We're on my lovely Surron. Today we're pretty much just gonna do like a 1 month review on the Surron, what it's been like for the first month, because this is my first Surron. So like, you know, there are some things that I kind of expected a little bit more of, some things that it kind of excelled at. So we're just gonna walk you through kind of my thoughts of 1 month of owning a 2025 Surron LBX. 80% of you guys who watch this video don't like, don't subscribe, and don't hype, so do that. Let's get into it. What better place to start this than little local kind of half-hearted off-road track? Yeah, throw her up. Haha. Yeah, throw her back. So, let's start with the review. Oh gosh, there's so many freaking spider webs out here today. It's kind of insane. Like, but you don't know, your boy don't mess with the spiders. Not my jam. So, Surron. Surron is probably one of the most hyped, if not the most hyped bike out there. Like, it really just kind of is. Which is kind of insane in this day and age when you have bikes like the Starkbarg, or not even going to the high end. You have bikes like the E-Ride Pro SS, higher end Talarias like the MX-5. Yeah. And there are so many other options that definitely come with, oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing some stupid things today. But yeah, there's like a lot of other bikes you could definitely pick up that are definitely more price to power than the Surron. But your boy picked a Surron. Wanna know why? Because Surron is, in fact, the OG of this high-powered e-bike game. I know there are a couple others like Cake and all those bikes, but like Surron is like the name brand, to be honest with you. And so that's why I bought one. But so before buying my Surron, I've had my Frigo X2 and my Tuttio, both awesome bikes. Why do I always come this way? God dang it. And then I always gotta flip a bitch, and it's always super sketchy here. Can I go out here and flip a bitch? Yes I can. Turn around. Let's not crash. Let's not crash. Let's not crash. Let's not crash. Yeehaw. I don't know why I always do that. But, so I did have some experience with e-bikes, closer to the E-Moto, closer to the E-Moto class. But the Surron it's kind of a beast of its own, but it's also kind of a little bit lackluster. So stock performance, the Surron is capped at, not necessarily capped, it's just as far as it goes. Let's just get to the specs first. So 8 kilowatt peak motor, awesome. Mid-drive system, super torquey, awesome. Top speed, not so awesome. 2025 Surron LBX tops out at roughly 55 to 57 depending on rider weight. But this bike is so light and so nimble that like don't really need all that much speed to actually enjoy it. Like, I'm kind of a noob at this whole riding off-road thing, and like I can get down on this thing. And off-road, she does freaking rip, like for no reason. We'll just tear through the woods, and it's kind of awesome. But the one downside of that not so high top speed is like right now I'm running a 54.2 Sprocket. Oh gosh, spiderweb, straight to the face. Oh my gosh, ugh, don't like that. I am running the upgraded Sprocket, which means my top speed right now with the 54.2 Sprocket is only getting me about 42 miles an hour, which I mean, isn't great, isn't overly bad, but you know, you kind of want more when you're spending 4,500 bucks on a bike. But that's just kind of what it is. One of the small letdowns of this bike. One of the huge upsides, this bike is like so light and nimble. So coming from my Frigo X2, which is a hub motor style bike, the Surron definitely feels like it sits a little bit lower than the Frigo X2, but it also gives it this like false sense of like security as far as like how nimble the bike is. Ugh, can I get up? Ugh, yeah. Whew. Yeah. And especially with me being a noob with all this off-road type stuff, the Surron definitely does give you like, it makes you feel almost like, almost unstoppable, which is kind of awesome. And I kind of like that, to be honest with you. One thing I will say is like, the torque on the bike is awesome, but stock, it's kind of, I don't want to say lackluster, but that's kind of what it is. Like, especially me, as you guys know, or a lot of you guys know, I like to do stunts and stupid stuff on my bike, which a lot of those stupid things involve a lot of torque. Whew, that was actually kind of sketchy. And so when you're missing that level of torque, it's kind of a little bit lackluster, and hence why I had to go with the upgraded Sprocket. But of course, with the Sprocket, I lose some top speed. And like, I'm sure, in an actual city, it's probably not that bad to have a top speed of around 42. But where I live, it's literally like, we have a small main area, but then all the highways are 50 miles an hour. So if you have a bike that doesn't go 50 miles an hour, it gets way sketchy on the highway. Oh, dude, we're actually getting this thing off the ground today, which is kind of dope. So there is kind of that. And I know some of you may be wondering, well, if you just spent all the money, why didn't I just go ahead and buy, like, I believe the E-Ride Pro SS 2.0 is like 4,500, and the 3.0 is closer to $5,000, and I could have picked up either one of those bikes. So, so why did I go with the Surron? Well, one being that you can actually make the Surron street legal, which was one big plus side for me because it does come with a VIN. Boro Motors, I believe, the creator of the E-Ride Pro SS, does not ship it with any sort of VIN or vehicle title. Ooh, yeah, nice line. Which is honestly just kind of sad. Cause like, it also kind of hurts the whole e-bike space because like, you're not giving people options to make it street legal, which means anyone on an E-Ride Pro SS is riding it illegally. And it doesn't even give people the option to make them legal. Which is kind of lame in my book, because like the more of these bikes we can get legal, the easier it'll be to like make like legislation and stuff on the bikes like not as intense, which means a lot less crackdowns. Because I know, as a lot of you guys know right now, like they are cracking down on e-bikes in a lot of places, and like to an extent for good reason. Like there's a lot of kids dying on e-bikes or getting murked on e-bikes just because, like, I mean, they're stupid kids. Their parents are kind of idiots for just buying them. It's like buying your, would you buy your fucking, your 10-year-old kid a freaking Lambo and say, go drive, honey? Like, no, you wouldn't. So like, that is definitely a big issue. And I was talking to someone recently and they were saying they would love to get something like the E-Ride Pro SS, but because of the difficulties of trying to make it street legal, they were saying it's not really worth it to them because like if they can't make it legal, then it's kind of just like a ticking time bomb until they get like pulled over by cops or something. It's not lacking, but it definitely could use just a touch more. But from my understanding, the only difference between the 2024 Surron and the 2025 Surron is the fact that the 2020, can we go back up. There we go. The 2025 Surron, the controller's tuned slightly differently, which is also kind of cool because if you have a 2024 Surron and maybe a 2023 Surron, I'm not sure. If you want the power of the 2025 Surron, you can just go ahead, find a 2025 Surron controller, slap it on your bike, and you get that extra 20-30% of power, which is actually kind of cool, and it works in my favor because I have a 2025 Surron. I've noticed the controllers for them are definitely holding a little bit more as far as value, just because it's one of the few times in Surron's history where just upgrading the controller with another stock controller, you get a decent power gain and you can actually feel it. If I find someone local, with 2024 Surron, I would love to put my controller on their bike just to see the real world power gain from it. That would be kind of cool video. So if anyone in the PNW, Olympic Peninsula area, 2024 Surron, oh, look at that. I think that's a mushroom or a growth on the tree. I don't know. Looks fungal, kind of cool. Okay, so let's try and make our way up out of here. Your boy's a little bit out of breath. Got distracted. Instead of doing B-roll, I did stupid stuff. That's usually how it goes. So let's just do one more short little round. Chugga, 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 chugga. Man, I really need to come back here and clean this stuff out, because this spot would be fire just to ride and not feel like I'm gonna die. Also, I really hate flying my drone back here because because I always crash it. And whenever I crash it, I'm afraid I'm not gonna get it back. But yeah, I will say, since buying the Surron, my confidence just riding in general feels so much better. It's kind of weird because I went from e-bike to motorcycle, and essentially from motorcycle to Surron. It's kind of been just how things have kind of played out. Yeah. And it's honestly played out nicely, because I don't think I could have gone from pedals, my Frigo X2 with its pedals and whatnot, to the Surron. Only because it does take, at least for me, took a little bit of getting used to going from the pedal style to even to the both feet right here. Hey, you should take this. It's my card.
Your card?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have like a little YouTube channel, Instagram, just e-bikes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Ooh, one thing I haven't done on the Surron yet is a hill climb. And I feel like that's a thing that needs to happen. Let's go this way. Will we make it up this hill? I don't think the camera does it any sort of justice. Yay, we're up. We made it. We made it. Like a false sense of security on it. Yeah, wow, that was back. Scary. Like, don't get me wrong, the brakes on it are freaking fantastic, but I do probably really need to bleed my brakes. That is one thing. And there's like a lot of dead in the stock brakes. Like, if I'm riding, make sure there's no cars behind me. If I'm riding, like, all this does nothing. If I pull it in like right here, I start to feel it, but like in here, like, let's go. Let me show you. So, no brake, no brake, no brake, no brake, no brake, brake. So like the brake doesn't actually touch down for a minute. Let me check the front. No brake, no brake. Actually, right in here, you start to feel it. So there is kind of that. So definitely right out of the box, brakes, definitely one thing. Also, it does not come with a light switch. I know in almost every video I have made with my Surron, I have mentioned that it doesn't have a light switch, and I know some of you guys are tired of me mentioning that. But like, you're telling me I just spent $4,500 on a bike and I can't turn off the ding dang on light unless I spend another 40 to 60 bucks is kind of wild, man. Like, it's kind of insane. Also, one kind of gripe with my Surron, it's kind of insane that in 2025, every other bike comes with high-rise bars, but the Surron does not come with high-rise bars, even though Surron knows that everyone and their mom swaps the Surron out for high-rise bars. And I feel like at this point, a lot of these things are kind of just nitpicky, but these are also kind of things I wish I could have found before I found a Surron, before I bought my Surron, I guess. Like, but yeah, overall, I love my 2024 Surron, or 2025 Surron. And like, I know like Surron and all the other guys like Talaria boys are like, oh, the 2025 is kind of a letdown, blah, blah, blah. If you're buying a Surron these days, like, I have people on Marketplace right now in my area charging $3,500, $4,000 for a 2023 or 2021 Surron. And those are like 5-6 kilowatt stock power. And you're not getting any power mods for $3,000 or $4,000. So you spend an extra $500 and you get a newer bike. That's not been murdered out, or murdered, dropped, destroyed, and it will throw it back. It is partially a skill thing because your boy, he sucks. But yeah, I love my Surron, and I'm looking forward to another year of just mobbing around doing stupid stuff. So.